Welcome to the Seven Crosses series for Workers and Resources Soviet Republic, and we are picking up on the 25th of July 1960, which is a fairly significant date because it means we now have access to all the 1960 start vehicles, which hopefully should speed up the construction process. Now the game is on pause for a reason which I'll explain in a little while, but first things first, big thank you for your comments and feedback. You guys give me so much to think about. One of the comments that was put to me is the fact that if you don't have heating in buildings like fire stations and other buildings, what you get is the population start to get sick. And I've also made quite a bad mistake in this area, but that's the reason why the game is on pause. And we will be addressing those issues in this part with a little bit of a rethink. But one thing I do want to change at the moment is we're going to change the name of Coal Town, because I've been listening to my pronunciation when I've been editing, and I think I say Colton rather than Coal Town. So we're actually going to call it Colton, and I think that will fit my pronunciation and avoid any confusion in the future. Now, if we move across here, you'll see the harvest has started. Now, somebody did suggest that I do a bit of a calculation and sell off some of my steel. I don't really want to sell off the steel because it's a bit of a painful process importing the coal and iron. So all the steel I got here, I want to hang on to as much as possible because we're going to need this for our construction over in Colton. What I've been doing off camera is I've been getting the road crew to concentrate on the asphalt roads here, and hopefully we'll keep that going as we go forward. Now, before I unpause the game, I just want to check a couple of things because I'm not sure my field configuration is as good as it should be. Now, you're full up, so that's okay. What I want to do is put this guy on unloading to here. And the other thing I also want to do is I've set this distribution office to pick up from here and here. And what I want to do is add these 3 fields to it as well. Because if I show you here, these 3 fields aren't covered by the what we call it, by these distribution offices. Now, if you watched the last time I did the harvest, I had a little truck running around manually, but I've just remembered I've got this building here. So what we're going to do is, I don't think I've got a what we got here. These are all steel vehicles and all that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to buy a big covered hole, and then we're going to send you up to here. And I suppose I better let the game start running now so that it can do, and we'll just send this guy up to here. And what I want to do is add, of course I've got to find this here. You're going to unload. We're going to put you on this one, this one, this one, and probably these ones as well, though I may adjust this over time. Just whiz this up a little bit. It goes in there. And what he can do is add and assist that area there. I don't think I've got any other vehicles assigned to this. No. Right, that out of the way. Now we can go over to Colton and I can start talking about the problem I've got over here. And as the title of the video suggests, is I've got no kindergarten over here. And if I show you here, you can see all my workers at the moment are in the building because they've got to look after children, which is a bit strange. I've got 1,161 children. So what I'm going to need to do here, in fact, I'm just going to pause the game again, and we're going to put a kindergarten in here. 66 bricks, 37 bricks, 13 bricks. I think we're going to put in the smallest possible one. If I can shove it up close against the, well, of course what we're going to do is assign as many people as we can to here. We'll put the road crew on and those on as well and get them working on it. Now, the other thing I want to do here, as it relates to what I was saying about the heating in buildings, I just don't feel that this is going to work that well. Now, technically these buildings are self-heating, but the big issue is going to be pollution. And I think because the hospital probably won't be ready, my main concern is whether we're just going to keep losing population. Yes, I've got a surplus, but it's not that big. So what I'm thinking is to put in a heating plant here. But what I want is one that's going to be relatively easy to build, and one that I can run on fuel. I don't want to run on electrical heating plant. I must admit, I've never really looked through these. I don't want anything that's massive. I think we're going to be stuck with these, aren't we? I mean, this isn't too big. And I mean, I could put it there. Now, I know this is going to cause pollution, but the principle I'm working on is that, so I'll put it on here. I mean, this is a temporary building until we get the proper heating plant built. It will cause pollution, but at the same time, it should cause less pollution than those buildings. That's what I'm thinking of. So I think we're going to drop you in here, and this is the fuel one, and we actually manufacture our own fuel. So go in there. I'm not going to mess about with the gravel road. We're just going to put a dirt road in there, and then what I should really do is put a yeah, I think let's try and speed this up a little bit. We're going to actually use a mud footpath there. We can always change it later on. I think that's going to work a little bit better. Now we're going to allocate you, because winter is coming and speed is everything. So I can cause the disruption later on once we get out of winter. Now, what I do want to do is get all my construction focused on the buildings in this area. So we got 4 buildings in here that need to be constructed. So that means that I'm going to have to knock out the coal mine and the large aggregate store. So what we want is these totally focused on those buildings. That's the idea anyway. Yeah, I mean, it's a bit of a long shot, but I think it might be the only option I've got. Because we can get this build, we can get the kindergarten built. That releases the workers for there and that. So we're going to just let the... have you been allocated? I think, okay, you're just working... You're working on the old school block. We've got the athletics club as well. I think you can work on the heating plant. So you guys just concentrate on... Actually, I think we'll take off the athletics club from there. Can you wake up, please? Please, please, please. So that out of the way, what I want to do now is just work on this area here. We need to keep the road crew busy. I don't think they've got any jobs. And what I want to do is try and get some of this area here asphalted in. So we're just going to fill that in. Because because what I want to do now is, you can see the top speed of the on gravel roads is 60. And this is 110. And we're starting to get vehicles now which can go faster, so we need to take advantage of this speed. One thing I want to do in the winter, once the crops are in, is to start putting an asphalt road through here. Hopefully, I need to keep. You always get odds and ends kind of piling up. I think what we'll do is we'll just add you there, and you can pick up that as well. So what this guy can do is just tag along behind and sweep up what's left behind. Actually, let me just see this. Yeah, this guy's on here, and we'll do exactly the same with these. And what I want to do is get the main crews working into this area, and the idea is to get as many crops as possible. Now, I think the mistake I made last year was the fact that I started selling food and fuel whilst I was gathering all these crops in, so I didn't really get a good idea of how much in the way of crops I collected. What I want to do this cycle is wait until these are pretty full before I start selling the fuel and food. That means we're not going to make a vast amount of money, but I don't think I've really got much in the way of choice on that. We're just going to have to be a little bit patient. Now, there's an experiment I also want to do. There's always been something that's always been a bit of a mystery to me. I think this is the truck I want. And what we're going to do is, I think this one is pretty full. But somebody actually posted a comment about the bricks and said that no matter how well I do, I'm never going to get a good quality of bricks from here. Simply because, well, it's just the fact that the bricks from logs is a bit inefficient. So, but what I'm considering is waiting for the horses and cart to come in. And what I'm going to do is send a truck out here, because one thing I've never been too sure about is whether the loads that the trucks actually pick up from the forest, and whether if you put a big capacity truck in here, it makes a difference. So what we're going to do is just come into here, let this guy unload. Right. We're going to sell you. We're going to need to upgrade these. So what I want to do is just make sure that I've got the appropriate size truck for this. So what we're going to do is assign you to wood cutting post. I want to keep a track of you. I'm really looking forward to when the new GUI comes out, so you can pin windows. This is going to be a little bit tedious, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep assigning individual asphalt roads to this here. So we're going to build that. In fact, maybe I'm being a bit too conservative. Maybe I can push out. We give them a. Maybe if we asphalt through some of these other roads here as well. Okay, did you get? Right, this guy's now running. Let me just see. So he's got a 10-ton wood capacity. Let's see. So he's running out here. There's a whole pile. Okay, just drive past it. That's okay. So he's got a whole pile of logs here. So how many logs is he going to pick up? So he's gone out there. So he's picked up 5.86. He's got, wait, so he's going for a full load. So he's kind of just wandering around picking up. I always thought that they went out and picked up one load, but if he's going to pick up 10 tons at a time, he's got himself a permanent job. Yep, you've just got yourself a permanent job. I think that will be, so effectively that one trip is the equivalent to 3 trips with from the wagons. Look at that. That's good. So you've got yourself a permanent job. Now, the next thing I wanted to look at, and I've just completely lost my orientation. These fields still need to be picked up. I think what's happened is that these guys are coming over here to pick these crops up first, which is okay, because as long as someone gets out here, in fact, what I might do is just allocate you to there and there as well. I know it's only got the one truck, but they'll get there eventually, is probably the way to look at it. But I think that extra truck in there should make a difference. I want to get over here and see what's going on over here. We really do need to try and see how. Right, so we've now finished the school block. probably reduce the workforce a little bit there, because we've only got literally 200 people out here, so get it down another one, maybe another tick. Yeah. Let's say what I want is the workforce to concentrate exclusively over onto this here. So we're actually building this up. I'm hoping that that is in range. Yeah, it is in range. It's good. It's back over here. Let's find the road crew. I'm kind of trying to super speed these guys. I think maybe we'll go for a double length there. I know technically I've cut off this, but I'm gonna have to cut it off one way or another anyway. So there's a risk that if this catches fire, then we're in trouble. Although we're only going to lose the windmills, but we've still got the ability to import power. So I think it's a risk worth taking. But what we got is dual entrance here. We've got access here. What vehicles have I got here? Kind of thinking, how many dumpers have I got over here? We got one. Okay. I think I really need. What are you moving around? We've got two covered holes here. Oh, you're distributing the. I'm just wondering. When we're exporting lots and lots of gravel, we still got a little bit of a surplus of steel, so I think if I can build some money up, we'll buy a replacement. I mean, I think this is where things are getting a little bit. Actually, I think what we will do is, I mean, this guy's sat around doing nothing, so we might as well contribute a tiny amount to the economy. So just put him over there. I can sell him later on, and he's not going to do anything else. What? Who are you? You're carrying 3 tons. It means you haven't got a greater carrier capacity than the wagons, but you will be a bit faster. Actually, I've just had a thought. Are we curating? We can build up a surplus over here. But we need bricks. Just wondering if I increase this. Make this into 47 tons. If I send you, to there. Are you? What's up with you? You shouldn't be in there. Hang on. What's the betting this is warehouses build up? Nope. Wait. Bit of a fail there. I keep on doing it. I wish there's some way they could set that default to 90% by default. Yeah, I keep on doing that. I've kind of got a bit of inefficiency there. Let me just check down here. No, it's not that one, it's this one, I think. Yeah, you're 90%. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to set you to here. You're going to load here boards, and it's going to be over 50%. And then if it's over 50%, you just go and sell them. So that will give me a little bit of an income from boards. These are now clear. So that's pretty good. These are now clear. I think just to keep these guys busy, allocate you, and you. And the same goes. You know, you've got coverage on these fields as well. So that means... Hey, do you think you can go and get those? So we've now got the harvest coming in from here. I just need to make sure that we got the coverage over here, because we're on the 4th of September. So I need to get the coverage onto those fields. Right, we got these two here, big field 4. I think we can pull these guys from big field 4 and big field 3. There's big field 4, there's big field 3. And we can allocate you into... I think we'll start with those. Looks like you're allocated to that. If I can pull off big field 4 and 3 from here. Actually, if we take off... Oh, no. I think that'd be okay. Big field 4 off. And then we'll allocate you there and there. Yeah, we got vehicles going into there. So how much we got in here now? Got 709 tons in there. We've got 288 in there. Wow, what's the vehicle wise here? So we got this guy pulling in quite a lot of. Right. I'm starting to wonder whether I can make some money. No, I'm not going. I'm going to be patient. I was starting to consider whether I can start exporting at the moment. Okay, let me just see. Let me just... These guys. These are finished. Medium field 4, 20 and 21. Okay. We need medium field 20 and 21. Right, we'll get rid of 20. 21 and 4. Now this guy isn't on the there. You hooked. Already assigned. Come to there and there. Big field 3. Let me just check. Crop field, knife edge. Harbour. Let me just make sure I've got this on unload. Well, it says it's there. Venture field 5. Where it is unload. 90%. So you're set up. I need what you yep, medium 5 and 6. So we're just going to find medium 5 and 6 here. There you are. Take you out, and then we'll allocate you to there and there. And a quick check. This guy's still covering these. He's covering this field here. I think what we might do is a bit of insurance. We'll just put him out on there, but they haven't started harvesting yet. Back over here, how are we doing? Right, we've got the kindergarten running. Building temperature is too low. Right, what we're going to have to do is, I think we're going to have to allocate you to the kindergarten. And the shop. Got the fuel depot here. Right, this is nearly finished. And what that should do is, because we got the workers in here, that should then kind of I'll release the workers to actually go out and work rather than be trapped in the kindergarten. So that should be a self-fulfilling prophecy. Okay, right, I think I want this athletics club built as well. So I want you there. Right, we've got oh, way too many workers in here. So we're just going to drop you down to, can we get you down another level? Yep. Right, we need a couple of ambulances as well to get everybody nice and healthy. So we're going to have to get over here. Hopefully the ambulances, oops, pause the game again. I think my road crew have run out of work again. My instinct is to come up here, but I think I'd rather give them a bigger job if I can find one. I think, let me just find, there's a nice big job here. Keep them out of mischief for a little while. So just fill that in. And then what I can do is fill in this area. So that will speed up the process there. Anyway, back to getting some ambulances. What we got here, we got 90 kilometers an hour, 100 kilometers an hour. I think this is only going to be working locally, so save a bit of money by getting, I think we just need 2 to start with, and we'll allocate you to local hospital. Anyone sick at the moment? No, everyone's pretty healthy at the moment. Now, what I am considering is I keep meaning to improve this area. In fact, I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to just pause the game a little bit, and we're going to move some people over to here. We're going to move all of them over. 1, 2, 3, 4. You lovely game. And of course it's just going to fill back up again. Thank you, game. Right, we're nearly there. If we can get this built. Right, missing fuel, no workers. How's my fuel depot over here? Oh, am I struggling for fuel? Right, we're going to need a tanker. Moment this guy's doing nothing, so you up to here. And what we're going to need to do is add you to, where's my heating plant, and you're going to be 90%. Yeah, you need 20 tons in there, so that's, you know, I want notification when it will stop. So if we get that there, I mean, what I can do is if I get into position to be able to export fuel, then I can buy a new tanker. How are we doing here? I mean, we're doing pretty good. On the 26th of September, we haven't started harvesting those, which is a little bit unfortunate. We are picking these up. Let me just check, make sure. Yeah, this guy's still covering those. Got a feeling this area is nearly full. So I think what we're going to do is add you to the unload 90%. So what we can do is get you working in this area. In fact, I think what I might do is go as far as to take that one off So what we'll do is we'll get him unloading to here. Oops. A bit crowded here, which is a bit of a problem. Stop production. This is going to start telling me that because he's got no fuel. So in theory now we've got heat into here. So when winter comes, these people should be happy. Let me just check the construction office because I think these guys are running out of work. So I'm not paying attention. You're just working on the athletics club. I think what I'd like to do is get that built. And possibly running up until winter, we're just going to concentrate on this area and try and get some stuff in it. In fact, what I wouldn't mind is that construction office. So what we'll do is we'll just keep everything. Actually, I think I'm going to change you to as well. You can work on the construction office, you can work on that, and the athletics club. I think if I build this up, so you've got 100% there, you've got workers there. That's kind of looking good, is probably the polite way of saying it. This guy is very slow. He's finished. Yeah, I think it's just taking a little bit too long to do these fields through here, which means that these aren't getting a benefit of the combines. Actually, I did bring the combines up. I mean, I could put some extra combines on. Maybe it's time to get this second farm operational so that we can. Where are they? We got one, two. We got one. This one's finished. So where are all my combines? Oh, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think that's all my combines, isn't it? Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so we got one that's just started here. It could be a close run thing. I mean, we've got 558 in there, 298 in there, but we are knocking out lots of fuel. We've got 1,300 tons in there, 482 tons in there. So we are getting a nice collection of crops. I would guess what's actually happening is I'm just pushing my luck too far on one farm. Maybe this will have to become a little bit of a priority. Actually, I've just noticed this silo here doesn't actually have a road connection. Oh, that's a bit of a fail, isn't it? So we'll put that in there. Road crew can get them out. Actually, that's the wrong way round. Sorry. Okay. Can't delete. Actually, gravel road needs to come this way. I'll just actually it should go straight forward, because what we need to do is keep this option open for rail. So we'll just build that through to there. Back to the road crew. Oh, you guys are working like grease lightning. What I'm going to do is we're going to put a asphalt road across here. So I'm liable to take that down. So we'll build that. In fact, I'm going to double up the asphalt roads. Maybe I'm just being a little bit too cautious. Although that one's a bit short, so that might cause a bit of a problem. Ooh. Back over here. We got fire coverage. We've got hospital in here keeping everybody healthy. We've got heating plant in here. So if there's any footpaths, oops, sorry. I think just slide a mud footpath in there. just so that people can get in here a little bit quicker. If we get the athletics club finished, we will be able to get this done, and that will mean that these will enjoy sport through the winter. Got school, got the old opera house here working. Yeah, I think we're now set up to get through this winter without too much in the way of population losses. Although, to be honest, I think what we will do... What else we got here? We got the old gate block house. Right, you're collecting there. You're nearly finished. Let me just check this office here again. You've got no pickups over here. I think what I'm inclined to do is... Where are you? You're dropping off there. This is one of the reasons why I was trying to build the roads once at a time, because we got an asphalt truck there. I think what we can do is, this guy's got spare capacity, so we'll put him there. Let's just have a look at my... Well, we've got bricks flowing in here. We've got a little bit of excess capacity here, which is good. Starting to wonder whether I need to replace the wagons here with better vehicles, but I've only got 234,000. What's the unload here for the... I'm gonna nudge that a little bit. Yeah, I think if we can run with 20%, because we are using a lot more steel over here. Let me just pick up the construction office here again. Right, so we got the 5-story building. We got the construction office here, which I would definitely like to build. And we've got the 5-star appointments. We've now got the athletics club finished. Right, you're allocated to the groundworks. What's that? No, it's this one, sorry. So we're still kind of working on the groundworks here. I would like another house out here. What have we got here? Got the old gate block here. Got another old gate block here. Now, one thing I've got to be careful of is that I can't remember. Let me just check. We're have to do a bit of a calculation here. So you've got a hot water tank of 500 cubic meters. You've got 90, so that's, you can say that's 20%. You're 90. They're all 90, aren't they? So this is going to struggle to heat all this area here, because they're all 90s. So when we get the winter, we still may have a bit of a heating problem here. So yeah, so I can't push my luck any further. We need to focus on getting the infrastructure up. Trying to think. I think, yeah, we'll get the coal mine going there. So we'll just get the work back on the coal mine here. Yeah, I was forgetting that these have got very limited capacity, so there's no point putting in lots and lots of buildings. Very reluctant to expand the population here. When we got 383 over 21s, and 381. Maybe if we do take losses over here, it will be acceptable. I know it's harsh, but that is the reality of life. Right, this one is nearly finished. This guy is gone, so we should have a little bit left in here. And then this harvester. So we've now got harvesters on all the fields. What we need to do now is just try and get the crops in. Okay, what we got here, you're just picking up the last of these fields. And I think what we're going to do is let this distribution office run out. Then, because we're now at a point where I could export some food, but I don't want to export it 10 tons at a time. We got this little truck here. Right, you guys, you finished. You up there. And what we're going to do now is load food. As long as it's over 59%. What we're going to do is start exporting food, but with this small truck, so that I don't drain this out completely. And then what we can do is get this guy, or these guys, working on clearing these fields. This, oh, this field's empty anyway, so okay. So we're looking good from that perspective. I am wondering, I think we're going to sell you, sorry. And then we're going to get ourselves another truck, and I'm going to buy an open hole. Actually, let's do it properly. So we got a 12 ton and a 5 ton. Oh, that's interesting. I think what we'll do is we'll buy this one. I know he's not. So the Tatra. Let me just allocate this. So the truck I've got working here. This one. This Tatra 111 can work in a wood cutting post, but the other open holes, never realised that. Interesting. So the open hole that I would like to have bought, which would be something like that, these aren't available for, well, this one has. Okay, but I think the smaller one would be okay. I don't want to blow all my money on doing that, and I can probably find the road crew have run out of work again. Yes, sorry about that game. I think what I can do now is we're going to push out this way. I'm just going to build that there. We're going to take a chance here, build that as well, because the vehicles can come down around here. And truthfully, the only vehicles coming here should be ones that the bus is delivering to there. What I'll probably do is do this road first. Or maybe we can finish off this road as well. But what I want to do is push out the asphalt this way, because this should speed up the trucks that are going to come out here and harvest the fields. And that will also give me a bit of an alternative road for when I start to do this, because once all the harvest season is finished and the winter comes in, and what I want to do is shift the focus on trying to get as much of this asphalted as possible through the winter. So we're going to come here. Right. I'm going to get you guys out of this accommodation this time, whether you like it or not. Because this is a modern city over here, and we don't want the old construction sheds here, so we're going to demolish you. Back to, and then knock out these little footpaths here. And then what we're going to do is put into here a residential. Where are you? Residential. Actually, let's do it this way. Residential mods. I quite like these. That's a 4-story. And what we're going to do is just put in a jade 5-story. I should put it that way around so that it kind of fits with the alignment of the. Yeah. And what we'll do is upgrade the footpaths that way, and that way. And then what we'll do is these should all get picked up, although this guys will probably need to give support with workers to, actually we'll allocate you all to all four. There's one round here that's still, I'll just allocate you as well, like that. Right, we've got 396 over 21s. How are we doing over here? I mean, the winter hasn't started yet, so we've got to be a bit careful. I mean, we could put some more over here, but I don't really want to fill this area up. I'm just going to grab some from an arbitrary basis, because I can guarantee every one of those buildings has got some form of over 21s. I think we'll put 1, 2, 3, 4 in. So we've got more workers here. I think what I am going to do is go for a larger accommodation block here, and we're just going to have to live with the consequences of people suffering. I think if we build this block here, through again, I think we are going to take it. We do need the university as well, but so here comes winter. Okay, let me just see. How are we? We're on the 23rd of November, so we are going to take losses. We've got nearly everything out of there. And nearly everything out of there. So overall we did fairly well. It's just we're not going to get, we might be able to get some out of here. I mean, we've got 1,764 in there, 630 in there. We got 700 in there, so we got a pretty good harvest. Oh, it's not on one here. Right, road crew. I mean, these guys should be delivering to here. Road crew. Wherefore art thou? Right, you've got an unfinished road. Where is that? Right, we've got the roller guy on there. So, here we go. I know it's going to cause disruption, but I just feel that we need to get this road asphalted. I think it'd be nice to do that. There's a little section there as well. But this is the key bit. If I can push out all the way, if I could get to that point by the spring, it'd be brilliant. Just keep an eye on this. These are nearly finished. We might just get away with this. This one is definitely going to finish, and we got a truck here that should pick up the crops there. So we're going to finish this one, and this one, but so we're going to finish this one, and this one, but it's this one that's going to lose some crops. So we're probably going to lose what, 150 tons or more, well, probably less than that actually, because it's more than halfway through. But we'll just see how it goes and run. I'm just going to watch this. I know it's not particularly that interesting, but just curious to see how this is going to go. This one's going to finish because he's just there, and this truck is got the tonnage. So he's just on his last little run here. We won't lose much from that. How are we off for fuel? Right, we got a full set of fuel. We've got 150. I'm gonna. No, just wait. I mean, we're making money, so why? I know I need money to upgrade my vehicles, but at the same time, I just want to. This is going to be quite literally down to the wire, isn't it? Yeah, there we go. We didn't lose that much. We'd lost the scrag end of these two fields and probably the last 25% of that field there. So what we need to do now is flip these guys so that they're going to be sending stuff to the... You can never find these buildings. Let me just see. Right, so you need to go to... load, unload. Load, unload. Is that the one? Oh, that's the one I've done. Load. And then there's the other one. Load. And what that will do is keep the crops moving into there. For you, your crops. Your crops. There we go. So let me just take a look at my economy, exports. So at the moment we're exporting, and we made we made a reasonable profit. Now the question is, do I export fuel? A little bit wary about exporting the fuel. I'd rather hang on to it because my fuel consumption is building up constantly. I just want to check here now. Winter's in. This is probably banging away at maximum speed, so we're going to need to ensure that we got a supply of fuel here. And we got here, so unable to get meat. But at the moment, what's the... So this is running at 90%. It's holding up a little bit. But of course, when this finishes, it's going to have a consequence. And we're back to doing the coal mine. Let me just check what the job list for the construction office here is. Where are you? I think what I'll do is I'll add you to the list because it's local, and what you should be able to do, because I think we finished all the roads there. So these guys are now working exclusively on one road here. Right. You've got the roller on that, so we are going to disrupt this, but we've now finished that, so we're now working on this. I know it seems inefficient, but I think when you're in this situation, it really pays to just keep the whole crew working on this. See, like the pavers here already, because we're not laying new roads. What we're doing is upgrading. So if we keep the road crew totally focused on this, there's a good chance we might be able to push all the way through to here before spring. So we got that here. I was just a little bit paranoid about here. I just want I want to keep a little bit of slack on here for the population. We're getting a little bit of sickness. But I think overall we've got the kindergartens there, which has really solved the worker problem. And to be honest, if it gets too cold, that's the way it's got to be. So I think I've cracked that. What's the population now? We've got 353. We're getting regular escapees, but I've just got to live with that, I think. What I'm looking for here is to have a row of these jade 5-story buildings along the front here, and eventually replace all these wooden buildings. But we're not going to expand the city because each one of these has got 35 in. So if you imagine that every time I knock one of these down and build one of these, we're only providing space for an extra 25 workers. And this is about the size of the town that I got. Although I think there's one thing I do want to show you. It's a new mod from Novu. He seems to have gone all out for historical buildings. In fact, let's have a look here. This employs 90 people. It's gravel and boards. Actually, I've just had a bit of a thought. I think for the fun of it, and I think he's actually. I think he's also added a residential version. I think he said. Let me just come in here. Wow. Yeah, Tudor residential. Zoom in. You've got Tudor educational housing. Wow, that's big. I think this is the one that he mentioned. And then you've got Tudor residential. Look pretty cool, actually. I mean, it's not massive, but maybe I'll use this in my four corners. Although it doesn't specify the heating. We've got this old building block here, but I think university-wise, just for the fun of it, because my university out here is, I've put out here is the good old Lenin University. I think we're going to knock him down, which means I'm going to have to take out these footpaths. Take these out. And I think, to say, just for the fun of it, university, I'm going to put this in. I know it's going to look a little bit out of context, but I think in some ways it will fit with the, how can you say, these buildings, to have this here. So, and what I'm thinking here is to have a historical centre here and a more modern city expanding out this way, because we're going to need a lot of workers here. And so for the fun of it, we're just Knife Edge Road crew and the main construction crew there. And then we'll just build this up. Just want to check it out, actually, to be honest. I've just realised I've gone way over time on this video, so this is where I'm going to call it. What I will do is carry on building these roads out. I'll probably play through to the, say, the 1st or middle of January, but until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.